guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, June the 20th, and I bought a new top at Chico's today. I wanted to show it to y'all. It's just a plain little white top, and it has a giraffe design on it. So, I think it's cute, and it's so comfortable. I love the way Chico's tops fit me. If I gain any more weight, though, I'm not going to be able to wear their tops because their sizes come in kind of odd sizes. They have a 0, a 1, 2, and 3. And of course the 0 is very, very small. And I think the 1 fits 4 to 6. And their number 2 fit sizes 8 to 10. And their number 3 fit sizes 12 to 14. Or something similar to that. So they don't have a 4. So I can't gain any more weight. I don't plan on gaining any more anyway. But I'm happy with my little top. So I just wanted to tell y'all another story. I am going to be jumping ahead a little bit in the time frame. So this is something that happened when we were living there on Slimmer Road in about, I guess it was about 1982, I guess. Anyway, Jason was about 10, and Jeremy was 5. They were 5 years apart. So by that time, John had stopped working at the P&W Industries, the scrap metal yard, and he had gotten a job with a company called Metco, M-E-T-C-O, which stood for metallizing company, and they were stationed or headquartered in Freeport, New York. So he was hired for that job, and he was going to be a metallurgical engineer, which was just a fancy name for selling metallurgical products. So he did have to go to New York to train for the job. So by that time we didn't have the little gray poodle anymore, Tony. Daddy wanted Tony, and I was not able to house train Tony. You know, every day I would come home from work and he would have, made a mess in the house. And I just got tired of it, and I was working full time, and it was just very difficult for me to try to train him. So anyway, a friend of John's, they had some Weimaraner pups. So they gave us a Weimaraner, and y'all, that dog was beautiful. Oh, we just fell in love with him. And we named him Boudreaux, B-O-U-D-R-E-A-U-X, which y'all that are familiar with Louisiana and New Orleans, you know that that's a good old Cajun name. So we named him Boudreaux, and we didn't have any problems getting him house trained. He was a brilliant dog. So the kids got real attached to him, and he grew up and grew into a fine dog. And so I guess by this time he was about 2 years old. And also the apartment complexes on Slimmer Road there had just sprung up everywhere. I mean, there was one on every block. And the blocks, like our plot of land, they were only 50 feet wide. So we had that 50-foot wide plot of land, and then a little tiny space, maybe a few inches, and then another 50-foot section. So there was just one, 2-story duplex apartment after another. And with that came all types of neighbors. Well, there was this family that moved in, and they had a little boy. His name was Michael, and he was about 10 or 11 years old, and he would play with Jason and Jeremy, and he looked just like the little boy in Jungle Book, Mowgli. He had the long hair, and he was kind of a feral kid too. He was just always roaming and going places, and it seemed like his mom and daddy never checked on him. So anyway, one day, Boudreaux didn't come home. So we, went all over, calling him, going up and down the street and looking for him and trying to find out, where's Boudreaux? And we just couldn't find him. So then the next day, Jason and Jeremy rode the bus to school, and I stayed home. By that time I was babysitting. So I was home with Jill. She was just a baby. And so the boys went to school, and when they came home that afternoon, they were hysterical. I mean, they were crying so hard and saying, "Mama, Mama, Boudreaux's out in the middle of the highway. He's dead." Well, while they were on the bus, this Mowgli kid told them, "Oh, well, he rode his bicycle up to the gas station to get some candy, and Boudreaux followed him and got hit by a car." Oh, we were so hurt. Oh. So, I just tried to calm the kids down, and of course John called me from New York, and I was crying and saying, "I don't know what I'm going to do. Boudreaux's out there in the median, and now the kids are going to have to see him every time we go someplace or they go to school." So sure enough, when I had to go to town the next day and took the kids with me, Boudreaux was out there in the median, and by then he was stiff and, his legs all stuck up and everything, and we just cried and cried. So we went to Walmart and turned around and came back home, and the kids were crying and so upset. So when John called that night, I said, "You're going to have to come home and move this dog. I can't have the kids getting so upset seeing Boudreaux out there all stiff and dead and everything." So John called a friend of his, Michael and Duchess. These were longtime friends of his that he had gone to Covington High School with. So he explained the situation to Mike. So Mike told him, he would see what he could do to take care of it. So the next day, John called and told me that, he had talked to Michael and that he was going to go, get the dog and bury it. So I called Mike and Duchess, and they said, "Yeah, we're going to come this afternoon as soon as they got off work and get the dog," that he had a friend of his that was coming with him to help. Well, this friend of his was a clothing salesman, and he drove a white limousine because he put all the clothing samples in the back of that limousine. So I take, Jason and Jeremy and Jill, and we go up there, and we're all sad and everything. And there's Mike and his friend with shovels digging a hole out there in the median with that white limousine. Oh, God. People were pulling off the road and staring and trying to figure out, what are these people doing? This dog is so famous that it's got a white limousine funeral out here for it or something. I didn't know they were going to come and just dig the hole and bury the dog right there, but what an ingenious idea. So I just wanted to tell y'all this little story and let you know that poor old Boudreaux had a grand send-off to heaven. So I hope you enjoyed it, and just give me a thumbs up. Share it with your friends on Facebook, and keep on coming back. Bye.